if you don't want to be seen on the screen, you know, or you want to mute yourself, that's fine. Please stay on though, if you want to, you know, take your picture off. So we're going to record it so that people who can't be with us today, I know there's a lot of people who are working and doing other things and couldn't make it today. So we're going to record it. Oh, good. Here comes Amy and Alex. We're just filling up here. That's great. So we are recording the call for anybody who has just jumped on. I think it gives you a little message about that. So welcome to the September Free Foothills Community Food Forum. This forum was created by me with the help of all of you to create an opportunity for people who are working on food insecurity projects in the Foothills area of Western Maine to get together, to learn best practices, to find out what is needed, what you have too much of, how we can find a place for that. If you need more support, we've talked about things from writing grants to getting rid of a whole lot of ribs. So we cover a wide range of subjects here. I want to welcome everybody, and I just want everybody, we'll just go around real quick to say who everybody is. And then I'm going to introduce Nate Shedd, and he's going to talk about, he's on call, and Rachel, and then we can open it up to anybody's questions about anything that's going on. So I'm Holly Stewart from Healthy Oxford Hills. I'm a SNAP nutrition educator who is thrilled to be possibly going back into schools this fall to teach pick a better snack and eat well, play hard. So, and that's mainly what I do. Anna, do you want to share it with us?
Sure. My name is Anna Kamari. I am from Andover, and I run the Andover Food Pantry. We've made it through the summer. You know, with my absence, my staff really worked out. They did a great job. So, hi, Amy.
That's great. Amy, you want to share who you are?
Sure. I'm Amy Mailman. I'm a community resource representative at Good Shepherd Food Bank. I work with the Oxford and Androscoggin food pantries, shelters, and soup kitchens to support them in any way that I can, whether it be fundraising. We give discounted food, we have grants. I work with Anna and Brenda and Rosalie. Those are the ones I see on here right now, and it's so good to see you guys. And yes, the pantries have been unbelievably resilient throughout the last year and a half, and always. Thank you.
Seal, it's nice to see your face here. new to me, but new to the forum, so that's great.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm just taking over the Community Food Matters coordinator position, taking on a couple more hours a week and doing that. So, and I was just in the Gmail account and then saw your invite. So I thought I would just pop in and listen and just get a sense of what this group does. So thanks.
Great. If you want to send me a different email for you that's better, I'm happy to change it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine, because I'll keep this one. It's a separate thing than from my regular job.
Great. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Thank you. Alex Smith.
Hi, I'm Alex Smith. I'm the health program manager at Community Concepts Children's Services. We have early and Head Start programs across Oxford and Franklin counties, and we're connected to the Good Shepherd Food Bank. So we have 7 permanent on-site food pantries that our staff and families can access. And then we do department-wide food delivery days as well.
Awesome. You got your elevator speech down pat. That is really impressive. Amanda. Amanda, I don't think we can hear you. Is this Amanda Ouellette from Gadios Foundation? Well, we'll come back to you. Sorry, Amanda. We're going to come back to you. But if you start talking, we'll let you come on in. Brenda Gould.
Hello, this is Brenda from the West Paris Food Pantry. We're officially known as the Neighborly Niche Food Pantry. We're right on 14 Church Street in West Paris. And I'm very pleased to be here. I didn't think I'd be able to get here because of I'm actually supposed to be working at the library today, but I was able to find coverage. So I'm here and I'm glad to be here and hear what everyone has to say.
Awesome. Thanks, Brenda. I'm glad to have you here. You're a great emailer, but I don't think we've had you on the call, so that's great. Amanda, are you able to talk? Is this Ben?
It is.
Hey, Ben,
This
welcome.
This is Ben Tucker, Regional Representative for United States Senator Angus King. I have Androscoggin, Oxford, Franklin, and Somerset County in my territories, and I'm an Oxford Hills person. I live in Norway.
I'm gonna take a guess. Thanks for being here, Ben. I'm gonna take a guess that Amanda Willett from Daddy-O's restaurant in Oxford. They have a food pantry at the restaurant, and they also do a number of free meals throughout the year. So if it's Amanda, I don't know if you can put something in the chat. If I have misrepresented you, I'm very, very sorry. I think that's who you are. Yeah, she says, thanks everyone. So that's cool. So I would like to introduce Nate Shedd and Rachel. They are here from the Eastern Maine Development Corporation, and I'm gonna let them explain to you what they do and why they really wanted to be on this call. Go ahead, Nate.
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. I'm Nate. And I work with Rachel. She is our Senior Workforce Development Specialist, and I am a peer navigator for the COVID-19 Displaced Worker Grant. And what that is a program that helps to provide services to anyone in the state who has been affected by the COVID-19 crisis. And at this point, that's pretty much everybody in the state. So we have a lot of leeway that people that we can provide help for. And we are partnered with the Maine Department of Labor, and we also are partners with Community Concepts. We work together quite a bit with Community Concepts as well, Alex. And so what I do, my role there is I help people connect to services. So we have a lot of folks in the state, especially right now with unemployment ending and other, with the COVID-19 in general, that need help. And we help folks everything from applying and finding out about SNAP benefits, housing assistance. We find a lot of people are not always comfortable using computer, aren't aware of all the programs that they might qualify for, et cetera. So we can work with them and develop kind of a relationship with individuals and guide them through those processes. We do also have other grants that they may be applicable for that can help them with re-education, providing funding possibly for schooling. So a lot of times we can connect with people that apply for our grant, and they may find that they qualify for other grants that we provide. We have one that's called Connecting with Opportunities Initiative, and that can help folks affected by the opioid crisis. And then we also have a displaced worker grant. So folks that have lost work due to being displaced, and we have other funding and programming that we can provide for them as well. So it's pretty comprehensive, the amount of services that we can provide. But why I met Holly actually at the Allen Day Community Garden, their food market that they have every Friday in the summer. And we were talking a little bit, and I realized that a lot of the folks that she works with might be able to refer people to us, and we could really help them. A lot of people that are using food pantries, I know also a lot of people that are going to community gardens, stuff like that, may not be aware that there is someone that can reach out, they can reach out to, and they can help guide them through the process of applying for SNAP, applying for, like I said, rental assistance, housing assistance. And we really like to just get to know the people and find out what their needs are. And then, you know, we don't say, hey, we can just help you with this, help you with that. We get to know them, sort of get a personal relationship with them and find out what's going on in their lives and what their needs are. And then we figure out sort of creative solutions to solve those problems for them. So I've only been doing the job, it's a relatively new position for me. I was in the ski industry for almost 10 years. And because of COVID, my position changed and I was eventually laid off. So I was finding out about programs and stuff, and I got connected with EMDC, and I ended up working for them. So I really know it from both sides, and it's really nice to be able to have that personal relationship with the clients that we have. So we have a lot of promotional information, and I know Holly said she's going to give my contact and Rachel's contact information out. So if you are interacting with folks in your communities, we do a lot with the Northeast Maine, but we're also trying to increase our presence in Western Maine, specifically in the Oxford Foothills. I mean, I live in Stoneham, but so I'm from the area as well. And we would love to help people that you might know that, or you interact with in the community that need help with connecting with services. And like I said, we do have other parts of our organization that can help them as well. So that's kind of my blurb, but I know Rachel and I would be happy if you guys had any questions or wanted more specific information. But I just really wanted to connect and get us out there and get us connected with folks in Oxford Hills, because we're really trying to build more support for people in this area.
Well, thank you, Nate. That's great. I'm really glad you kind of explained what you did and all, because, you know, I've been working with Pratt at the Allendale Community Garden, and she's doing outreach to SNAP recipients. And one of the biggest hurdles is it's an 18-page document that's only available online. So you have to have internet access, and you have to have patience, and you have to have all your forms to be able to fill out an 18-page document to even qualify, to see if you qualify for SNAP benefits. So anyway, that if we can find, you know, send people to you to help with that is tremendous. In addition to the other services that you can assist people with, that's really
Absolutely
needed.
Yeah, sometimes people don't always realize that, you know, like you said, they might just be interested in SNAP, and then that we can help them say, hey, you know, there's also these other services available. And I absolutely agree. It can be overwhelming if a lot of people aren't super computer savvy. Sometimes English as a second language can be a challenge. And so we can really, you know, we can go through the process. We can Zoom with them, get right on a Zoom call and go through the application process. We also help people with unemployment benefits. So registering for the main job link, getting, again, that all those different documents and things that they'll need to get that. And some people it's a challenge. So, you know, that's kind of, we can be that helping hand to get them over that hurdle and get them connected to resources.
Do people usually just call you? How is that connection made, especially because of COVID? So
yeah, we do a lot with Zoom. That's one of the great ones. And then because then we can share screens. So a lot of times we can share, you know, they can show us their screen and we can help them fill out forms or, you know, help them work through the documents and getting the documents just right that they'll need to submit. But we can do phone calls as well. One thing with the current thing with COVID, I think it's really helpful to have just someone that you don't have to go down to an office and do something in person if people are hesitant about that. And like I said, even if they just email us, we're really good about reaching out to people. So if they have a way to get in touch with us, and we have a pretty big staff, so it's not just Rachel and I, we've got a whole bunch of people. So even if it's not us that they connect to, there'll be someone that can help them out.
I'd like to add that our COVID grant, I know that you guys are Oxford County, but we also cover Kennebec, Somerset, Androscoggin, Oxford, and Franklin counties. Those are the areas we cover. We help them find food banks. Like today, I was helping someone in the Somerset County get food, and we used People We Care in food bank today, and he got a big box of food, and he was super excited because he had no clue that was even available for him.
wow. That's huge. Does anybody have any questions for Rachel or Nate? Okay, well, I have your information and I'm going to send a follow-up email with the link to this meeting's video to everybody who's on the email list. So we can share that information and then hopefully you all can share it with people. Do you have anything that people like at pantries that they could put up any flyer or any signage about your organization? If you have a flyer like that, if you want to send it to me and I'll include that as a PDF and then pantries can print that out and put that up, I think that might be helpful as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I have put some up in the Oxford area in Norway as well, but I will send that to you. We have a great one-page PDF that you can print with all our contact information. And also if any of the local food banks folks want to send their information our way, we can I will make a master list that I can provide to all of our folks. So when we're sort of identifying where somebody's from and helping them connect with resources, we can make sure to identify the closest food banks to them and send them that way.
Right. I do a monthly calendar that you may not have seen that covers the Foothills, and it's all the free food and all the pantries. And on one side of the calendar, it's what day of the week, where you can get food, what pantries are open and their hours. And on the other side is address, contact, telephone information, and the hours they're working. So I'll send that to you. You'll be on the email list now, so you'll get that when it's up
Great.
every month.
Yeah, that'd be
And-
great. Yeah, we can definitely think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. And I noticed that you do other counties as well as Rachel was saying. So Good Shepherd does have a food map. It's quite an easy tool to use. You just put in a zip code and it will tell you how many miles the closest food pantry is to you. It's not as comprehensive. It doesn't show like hours of operation, but it does have contact and phone numbers. So using it in Somerset to like find people who care, and any other county as well. So I can put that in the chat, just the link to that if you'd like.
Absolutely. Yeah. Appreciate that.
Right. Yeah,
Sure.
lots of good resources. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. Anybody else have any other questions for them? No. I know, my apologies. Rosalie Ketchum from the Oxford Hills Food Bank is having a hard time with her audio. She keeps popping in and out, but she does want me to share that they are still looking for a new director for the food pantry there. So if you know of anybody who would like to help, who can work with them, they are usually open on Mondays and Fridays from 9 to 11. And now they've starting a Wednesday evening time from 4 to 6, but they have a lot of volunteers to man. They're looking for somebody who does the buying, works with Amy, to be the director. So they don't actually have to work those hours. So if you know somebody, you can connect them with me, or I'll also put Rosalie's information on the follow-up email with anybody else. Okay. Shannon, is this Shannon Brenner? Who is Shannon? You want to introduce yourself? We missed you. You came in a little bit after we started.
Shannon Glover.
Oh, Shannon Glover. Hi.
Yeah, sorry about that. I tried to join on my phone and couldn't hear anything.
Shannon, can you tell us who you're associated with?
I work for the AmeriCorps. I'm working at the old school food pantry here in Rumford with the RVHCC program.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So, does anybody who's on the call, I don't really have a full agenda or anything else. I was just going to have Nate talk. How's everybody doing? I know that a couple people contacted Sandy Sweat to pick up those big metal container things that she got from Good Shepherd, and they are still there. So if it was you need to contact her right away to pick them up. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just the messenger. Does anybody else have a surplus of something, or are they in great need of an item? We were able to provide a lot of wonderful ribs to the Foothills Food Works last time because the Sweden pantry had extras, and that went into some yummy fresh meals for people here. So it's, if you think you've got something that you need to move, this group can move it.
And I also have heard a lot. I mean, I believe Brenda has some extra food. I know Rosalie has some extra food at the Oxford Hills Food Pantry. I am able to find people who can take some surplus as well through my channels through Androscoggin County. We'll take a lot of stuff that Oxford can't move and vice versa. However, I'm not able to go on the road, so it's a little more difficult for me to get the product. So just know that I'm working on finding people to get your product if you reach out to me. I just can't do it as quickly as I could do it before because I used to just drive on up there and pack up my car and drop it off. So now I just need to kind of do a little bit more coordinating. So the best thing, if you want me to help you move your product, is to give me case counts, possible poundage, and what it is so that I can go ahead and try and I can even allocate it to different pantries. So I'm definitely here to help. I can definitely move your food, and it just may take a little bit longer than it used to. I just wanted to get that out there.
Great, thank you. Amy, do you have anything else you want to share as, from Good Shepherd?
Well, we do have more grants coming out. The last for food pantries that are partners with us, shelters and soup kitchens. Last fall, we had a capacity building grant round go out, and then again this past spring. We are doing it again in November for capacity building, but something that's a little bit different that we're going to be doing is next spring, we're going to be giving out innovation grants. So capacity building, meaning, building up your shelving, if you need cold storage, anything that allows you to hold more food so you can get more food out is kind of what we think of capacity building. Even vehicles, like Linda loves to say that, she got her van from our capacity building grant. She's very excited about it, and it's wonderful. So those kind of things are for capacity building. If you have questions about what else kind of goes into that, just give me a shout. The other thing in the spring is innovation. So we're talking additions, we're talking driveways like Linda's talked about, anything that can beautify your pantry, make your pantry more welcome. People want to go to it. Just out of the box things are what we're talking about. So that's really exciting. And it's, like I said, it's in the spring. So it gives the people a little bit more time to think. So those are some really exciting things that are coming out of Good Shepherd right now. And our food is still 40% off our regular prices, and it's going to stay like that for a little while. So take advantage of it for sure.
Oh yeah, I got to run. It was nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thanks
jumping
again. I
on,
appreciate
and
the
thank
time.
you, Rachel.
Take care.
Does anybody else have anything? Seal, it would be awesome. I don't think a lot of people on here know about the Food Council and what they're doing and maybe the direction it's going in. Do you feel comfortable talking about that for a few minutes? I think that would be great. I'm so glad you're here to have somebody from the Food Council.
Yeah, well, I can't say too much because I'm just figuring it out. So I'm the Education and Programming Coordinator for CB, which is the Center for an Ecology-Based Economy. And we are a nonprofit right on Main Street in Norway here. And when we started in 2013, I'm just trying to give some context, I guess, to help a big picture. It always helps me. And when we started the nonprofit in 2013, a few of us who are friends started it. And the main goal is to engage the community in addressing the climate emergency. And we had 4 target areas. We still have those 4 target areas and plus 2 more, but one of them is food. And so we have working groups in each of our target areas: food, shelter, energy, transport, education, and direct climate action. And when we were developing the food working group, the local community food council kind of needed a place to land. So that ended up being our working group. And so over this time, it's kind of its own thing again. Community Food Matters is the food council for Western Maine area. And so the coordinator of that is stepping away. So I'm just stepping in to fill that position. It's kind of separate from the work that I'm doing. It's an additional thing. But CB is on the food council. So I'm just this week really like looking at all the documents and getting acquainted with it. And so I will be able to share more once I know more. I think there have been some, it's been a little bit project oriented in the past, but I think the goal is to move away from that, maybe be more focused on policy. So anyway, we have a meeting coming up in the next few weeks, and I think I will learn more exactly about it and be able to dig a little deeper, but that's where we're at right now.
Thanks.
hope that
I'm
helps.
sorry to put you on the spot there.
No, it's okay.
So the Food Council, the project, the Foothills Food Works, which is delivering and meals to a lot of the local food pantries for distribution, came as a project out of Community Food Matters. That's where Chris Borden kind of incubated it there. And it's actually now going to be partnering with Allendale Community Garden, Foothills Food Works. The garden's going to be their fiscal sponsor. The Foothills Food Festival was another project that came out of the Community Food Matters to raise awareness to the community about local food. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to have it for the last 2 years because of COVID. So, but I know that the Food Council, Community Food Matters, is always looking for more people to become involved. People who are interested in food in our community, local food, fresh food, people who are growing food, people who are consuming food. So if you are interested in food, this is a good place for you to show up. And I can also get some information to people about that. But it is definitely a growing group. It's been a core group of people that has definitely desired to include more. So if you're interested, we can get you connected with SEAL and with Community Food Matters. So anybody else have anything they'd like to share today? Okay. I think in October, we should think about how people are getting ready for winter. We're seemingly going into another phase of COVID and how that's going to affect us. You know, what are the things that we learned from last fall and last winter? You know, we're doing this the second time around. So I think a lot of us are working a lot smarter. And so sharing some of those things, I think, will be really important, especially as we are getting into colder months and having to deal with the weather in addition to COVID, so, and food insecurity.
Holly, and I also love to hear if people are going to keep distributing the way that you've been distributing. I know that as far as drive-through models, or if the client shopping model is going to come back, because I know that some people have tried to go back into inside distributions, but sometimes the community is scared, sometimes it just doesn't work. So I'm really interested in hearing how people are going to be doing it this winter, if it's going to change at all. That would be really, really interesting to hear.
Yeah, well, I can put that out there and say that this is going to be our topic. And for people who can't come, we can maybe send out a little poll, a little survey to see, because I think it is important. I think we do need to know how I was cooking, I had a class today at the food pantry and at Oxford Hills. And Dell was saying how, yeah, people really miss that shopping experience. And not everybody works. Maybe that's where innovation grants come in. How can you really rework your space to make it work safely for everybody? The volunteers as well as the recipients, you know, to come in. That would be great. So, okay. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for jumping on for just a little bit. It's a beautiful day. Go out and use the next half an hour to do something for you. You just got a half an hour worth of time.
Thank you.
Thank you.